Hi everyone, it's Magdalena, Wolf of Coins. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a while. I'm pretty preoccupied these days, mostly with my baby son and my older son. But yeah, I really wanted to do this video. I think that it's a cool idea. Lenormand cards are my best tool for finding lost objects, and I wanted to share with you a couple of my real life examples how I use the cards to find things, because I tend to lose things. So then the cards are very handy, come in handy. So I will give you really simple examples, and while watching this video you will see various techniques that you can actually use while searching for your own lost objects. So I will be using various decks, so if you're interested in some of these, you can ask, but right now I won't be saying all the names because there's a lot of them. So an example, I asked, where are my documents? Because I put them somewhere and I just couldn't find them. So I pulled 3 cards to give me a hint where I can find my documents, and I got the Sun, the Rider, and the Lady. So it turned out, and it actually helped me find the documents pretty quickly, because I understood this as that this is like near your case with the Lady and the Unicorn. So the Lady and the Unicorn is the Rider. The Rider as the Unicorn, the Lady as the Lady, of course. And the Sun I read as like unattached to anything, not hidden, like it's in the open, like in the bright sun. And so it was in my drawer with like other things just put in there without like being attached to anything. And I even have the case to show you. This is this gorgeous document case that I bought when I was in Paris in a museum, and this is actually an image of a tapestry that they used. I'm pretty sure they used it for the Gryffindor common room in the Harry Potter movies. So I saw these like original tapestries there. But to the point. So this is how you can it can trigger your brain to think where you could have put stuff. And then another thing, oh yeah, Harry Potter, exactly. I was searching for I bought Harry Potter with those gorgeous illustration, like illustrated edition, to read to my son, and then it got displaced and I couldn't find this book. So again, I asked where the book is, and I got the garden, the child, and the stars. So I read this as the room on the garden side, the room for the child. So we've prepared a room for our baby. And the stars I read as among many other little objects, because there are still, the baby hasn't moved in yet. He's sleeping with us because he's too small to have his own room yet. So and it's more convenient for us to have it close by. But anyway, so there are still boxes with various stuff, and it turned out I actually went there and I opened the box and I started searching, and there were various smaller objects, and I found the book there. So this is also, so the windows were in the room. There were like windows on one side and on the other, so it was closer to the side that was showing the garden, and it's a child's room. So yeah, this is how you can do that. This deck you might not know. I have a walkthrough of this. This is my own deck that I made for myself. if you're curious. So now we will play detectives, you guys. This is something that I did like 3 years ago. So I was not using Lenormand that much yet back then, but yeah, I did like a really search for it. And again, it was documents. It was my Japanese proficiency certificate, and I needed it, and I couldn't find it. And this was 3 years ago, so I was still living in Switzerland. And I was pretty sure it was not in my apartment. I probably left it at my parents' place, like in Poland or somewhere. I really had no clue where to search for it. I mean, I was searching everywhere, and I made my parents and my sister search for it in Poland. So I will show you some of the readings. So first up, I just asked, where is my certificate? And I got the anchor, the garden or the park, and the key. So I was like, is it somewhere near like water and something made of metal, maybe? But I couldn't find it. Okay, and then I asked other questions, but then I started searching and I couldn't find it. So I asked again, where is it? Tell me. And I pulled more cards for that question. So I got the mountain, the letter, the bear, the clouds, and the tower. So I thought it's somewhere like above, because it's the mountain. So on top of something maybe. With some papers and a big, maybe like a box, because the bear is big, and somewhere in shadow because there are clouds, something like that. And for the tower, I didn't have like any idea actually. So yeah, I kept searching. Where is my certificate, people? Where is it? Then I asked for like another additional hint for where the certificate is. And guess what? I got the clouds and the tower again, plus the sun here. The sun, clouds, and the tower. So we're somewhere probably tall, somewhere above again, where there is like the sun is hidden. Okay, so there it's dark there, I thought. And still I couldn't find my frigging certificate. And next up, yeah, it's a long story. I hope you'll enjoy it though. So I started asking yes and no questions because I thought I could eliminate some places, some answers. And I kept asking, is it at my my parents' house? Is it at my parents' office? Maybe it somehow got to their office. Who knows? And I asked about the office, and I got these cards. So I got 2 positive cards. So I thought, oh my God, it's in my parents' office. How is it possible? But then I started asking like more, in which room, etc. And I started getting only negative answers. So for yes, no questions, I usually use the method of like, if I have more positive cards, then it's a yes. And if I have more negative cards, then it's a no, simply. And if it's not conclusive, I usually keep pulling more cards until I get a positive or a negative. Yeah, so then I tried something like this. What happened to my certificate? Please answer, cards. So I did something like this. And I was like, oh my God, I'm clueless. I have no idea. So what happened then? Oh, then I asked, you see, you can also like get some ideas for what questions you can be asking while searching for items. So I asked, what can I do to get the certificate back? And I decided to make the key, not the key, the letter card, my like a significator card or the central card. So what I did was to pick this card as my significator, and I shuffled the deck, I found the letter, and then I took it together with the cards surrounding it. So I got heart, garden, again garden, bear, letter, again mountain, key, and scythe. So I thought maybe I should try and lean on my loved ones, and if I will keep searching, I will get the results. That was my idea, but I still didn't have my certificate. And during all that time, my family was searching for the certificate back home, mind you. And then I was like, I kept asking the yes/no questions as well. And I asked finally, is it in my home in Switzerland? And I got mountain, heart, clover. And I was like, whoopsie. 2 positive cards. This is a negative, but there are 2 plus and 1 minus cards. So I was like, oh my God, is it in my home? I was so sure it was not. But yeah, it said yes. So then I was like, where in my house is the certificate? And I got the house, mountain, ship, lady, moon, and mice. The mice I added like afterwards because I needed something more, so I added mice as well. So I thought, oh my God, we took it to Switzerland when we moved there. And it's somewhere in my, as a lady, like creative items in somewhere, like, or like a nightstand or something like, I thought maybe a nightstand or my creative things in the house. And yeah, this I didn't know what was, but oh my God, it was so true. It was absolutely true. So let's go over the cards again. Yeah, so at the beginning we had anchor, garden, and a key. So this is something where you're living like permanently. So the anchor and your environment. This is your environment, and it's there. That was the first answer for this spread. Then okay, another question about where is my certificate? Mountain, letter, bear, cloud, tower. So it was in the mountain land, because it's Switzerland, and in the case, like, because it's paper, so it's something like papery. It was like a beige, a brownish color, like the bear. I kid you not. So it was really hard to find because when I kept searching, my eyes kept like sliding through it because it was a thin, like really uninteresting color paper. very simple. So it was this color, and it was hidden, and it was on a shelf, on a like cupboard. How you call it? It was like in like a tall, narrow shape, and it was this. It was the tower. So it's incredible how we can. I really recommend recording your readings, because then you can come back. Like right now, I came back 3 years and can present to you my frantic search for the certificate. But then, yeah, what was next? Yeah, so this additional clue as for where the certificate is. So this is at your place. You're looking at it, because I kept looking at it and I didn't see it. But it's like hidden, because it was like on a pile of books and other cases and papers and whatnot. And again, that tower, that shelf thingy. And then what was that? Then I had, oh no, this was fun. Remember, I had this yes/no question, and I got the affirmative because these were positive cards. This was just the cards, probably tired with me already, telling me, because I asked, is it at my parents' office, and it said, it's with your things. Search. It's like, it's near you. Search around yourself, not there. So this was the answer. And then I did this spread. So oh. Okay, can you see it? I hope you can. So here it was not where you thought it was. It's like, what's the word in English? So with the anchor, something was like laying somewhere heavy. So it keeps being there, let's say, around many fish and stars, like many things, multiples. White papers, the lilies, and also since a long time, because we moved to Switzerland in 2013, so it's like 4 years it's been there, and the lily showing something both white here and long, near something that you like, and hidden, like deep, like the roots of the tree, and hidden. Okay, so so this is, yeah, and like it's near you, it's in plain sight, really. It is the key, but I couldn't see it at the time. And yeah, those 9 cards were like, oh my god, how do I even start with interpreting this 3 years ago? Next up, yeah, what can I do to get my certificate back? And it was heart, garden, bear, letter, mountain, key, and scythe. So again, this is your surroundings, your environment, where your heart is right now. So this is where you live. And in the mountains, of course, it was there, and that was this like brownish case all over again. So the letter with the bear, and the mountains are the key. I don't know exactly the scythe. Maybe you can tell me, like, your interpretation, how to see it in this reading. But yeah, the mountains are definitely the key. Just see how many times we've had the heart, the garden, and mountains, and the bear. Like, these cards kept repeating themselves. And then, yeah, is it in Switzerland? So it not only did it say yes, it also said again heart. So it can show, yeah, where your heart is, where you, yourself, your life is, what's important to you is your family. And even though it was like plus, plus, minus, it again said mountains, it's Switzerland, for Pete's sake. Just find it already. And lastly, it was this spread that finally let me find my certificate. But yeah, it's a happy ending. So, as I said, it was in my house in Switzerland. And we took it there when it's like the ship can also mean abroad. So, because it was, yeah, abroad, Switzerland is abroad for me. And my stuff, my creative stuff, because it was precisely under my books on calligraphy, on that, you know, in that pile on the shelf, it was under calligraphy books. So, and yeah, and it was hidden, like the mice were kind of, I don't know, they are like, often they keep to dark places, dark corners, so it might say also that. So yeah, this is my story. This is how I finally found my certificate. But you can see it took me a lot of time and a lot of like trial and error. But in the end, I started being able to find the objects more easily. Like I started to understand the cards better. And nowadays, the cards help me much faster. And yeah, please let me know if you have such experiences, if you've tried searching with either Lenormand or tarot or other systems. I would be really happy to hear about it. And yeah, I'm also happy I could make a video finally. It's been a while. So thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you hopefully soon. Have a lovely day. Bye. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to tell you that after all that searching, I learned my lesson and I put my certificate into frames and I put it on a wall, because this is not a way to treat your great achievement of the N1 Japanese proficiency certificate, right? Right.